Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Well, time for another video, and one that I want to talk about for a while. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, I've talked a lot on about this blue hedgehog with super fast speed on this channel, but one I haven't talked about, well, the finale. Now, I've been wanting to do this one for a while, so without any further ado, let's get straight into it. These are the Sonic the Hedgehog finales, ranked from worst to best. Okay, so a caveat before we get started. Here are the rules. Number 1. I'm only including the games I've played. So, here are the games. Sonic 1, 2, 3, CD, Sonic Adventures 1 and 2, Sonic Heroes, Sonic 06, Shadow Generations, Sonic Generations, both all on the PS3, the 3DS, and the Switch, Sonic Forces, Sonic the Fighters, yes, I played that game, Sonic Unleashed, Team Sonic Racing, Sonic Colors, and Sonic Mania. So, yeah. I haven't played all the other mainline Sonic games. These are the only ones I have access to, given limitations. So, these are the games that will be included on this list. Number 2. I'll be talking about the final boss and finale. How will this go? Well, I'll be talking about the last time you play the game, that being, well, the final boss. Is the final boss good? Will it get me hyped for the entire game? Well, yes. And will the finale end on a good note? Well, we'll have to see. Number 3, and this is the most important, this list is my opinion. If there's one that should be higher or one that should be lower, let me know down in the comments below. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Number 16. Sonic CD. Now, I think this pretty much has the biggest letdown of a final boss. It had a good note. Team Sonic, Metal Sonic is defeated, and Amy is saved. That should be the end. But no, they decided to add one more stage, and then we get the final boss. How does the final boss hold up? It sucks. It's literally just a fan. It's the Eggman fan. All you have to do is just hit him 3 times. That's it. It is pathetic, and I see no replayability. Who's in charge of designing these bosses? I mean, there is some variety of dodging it, but it's piss easy. Come on. And as the finale, it's not great. It's pretty much a dragged out version of what I want actually to see. While it has some good animation, it doesn't save it from ranking at the bottom of this list. Seriously. And well, depending on which ending you got, whether you got the good ending or the bad ending, it's still a lackluster finale. Possibly the worst one I've seen. Number 15. Team Sonic Racing. Now we get the reverse, where its final boss was actually okay, its finale sucked. Okay, so after Dodonpa has been kidnapped and after his new invention is up to its fullest potential, Eggman decides to unleash it, you guessed it, into his Death Egg robot. And it's pretty much just one more race to defeat Eggman. And the race itself, I wouldn't call it super hard, but it also can be easy at times. I mean, really easy. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of makes the replayability not fun. I mean, it's just 3 laps around the race. That's it. And as finale, it's pretty lackluster. I mean, everybody gets off the ship as it explodes, the race cars get destroyed, and as thanks, the Dodonpa gives you new racing cars, pretty much making that finale kinda dragging out pointless, yes? So yeah. Well, it has a slightly better ending than CD. It stops it from ranking higher, given its lame ability. So yeah. I'm not a big fan of this game, and thankfully Racing Crossworlds was much better than this. But unfortunately, that game doesn't have a story, so it's not included on this list, unfortunately. But nevertheless, this one's pretty lackluster. Number 14. Sonic the Fighters. Yes, I'm dead serious. I've actually played this game. So pretty much Mortal Kombat, but instead of bleeding blood, you bleed rings. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Well, it technically does have a story. So Sonic has to be himself. No, really. And the other contestants, mostly his friends and new ones, he has to fight Eggman once again in a battle mech. But what ranks it this high is two things. One, Supersonic, because you get all the emeralds. 8 emeralds, yeah, figure that one out. And, well, the timer. You have to beat Eggman in a certain time, then you can get off the ship. Yeah, so it upgrades it slightly. I mean, it's not the worst fight in the game, Metal Sonic, but it's still lackluster. And its finale is pretty meh. I mean, they get off the ship, it explodes, cut the credits. That's pretty much it. Not much to say about this one. It's a fun game, but its ending is lackluster. But Supersonic is what ranks it as the 3rd worst finale. Yeah, 3rd worst. Keep that in mind. Number 13. Sonic Mania. Yeah, hot topic, its ending sucked. Now, the rest of the game was pretty good. I might even review this game at some point in the future. Keep that in mind. But it's a bit meh. Now, I will give it this. Its final boss has some difficulties that actually makes you want to replay it again and again. So, after getting the emeralds in the good ending, because yeah, you have to get all the emeralds to get the true final boss, he battles not 1, but 2 bosses at the same time. And I do like the spinning around different timelines, and it is difficult. I mean, having to constantly keep your rings and fighting off Eggman at the same time was pretty damn difficult. But that's just it. Difficult. It could be infuriatingly difficult or just passably difficult. And that's his finale. Yeah. If you've watched my top 10 most annoying movie tropes, I cannot stand cliffhangers. Because guess what? Mania is a surprise prequel to Forces. Yay. And this one, really guys, come on. You couldn't even end this game on a good note? You have to give us a goddamn cliffhanger? Ugh. I mean, the animation's nice at least, but it's still, that cliffhanger ending really ranks at the bottom of the list. So yeah, I'll give the final boss this. It does have some difficulty. Passable difficulty. Or infuriatingly difficulty. And its finale is indeed lackluster. So yeah, I just wish it was a little better. Number 12. The OG Sonic the Hedgehog. I will give this game this. Its final boss is very difficult, but in a fun difficult, hence why it ranks slightly higher than Mania. So, you got a really good theme to go through with it. No rings, so pretty much every move you make is pretty much thinning on ice, and yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's probably the only difficult thing in the entire game. The rest of it was good to Labyrinth Zone. So yeah, I found this final boss pretty good. Its finale is just pretty basic. Sonic gets all the emeralds, depending if you've unlocked the good ending. It makes flowers grow bigger, and then just cuts it to credits. I mean, there is a funny post-credit bit with Eggman stomping on the ground in annoyance. That is if you got the true ending. I mean, given that it's the first time they did it, I will give it some leeway. But its meh ending is still meh. But again, since it's the first time, I'll let it slide. Hence why it's not lower, or unfortunately not higher. So yeah, well, it may have been the first time, but there are others that I'll do this game, but also done better. Number 11. Sonic Generations. Yes, I am putting both versions on there, so I'll go with the first one. The PS3 version has a pretty bad final boss. Well, I will give this, its atmosphere and music slaps. The final boss is way too damn easy. I mean, you barely use classic Sonic, and all you have to do is bob it in the face 3 more times, and then land one big attack at the same time. Yeah, that's it. But its finale is okay. I like that Monosonic teaches his past self how to do the homing attack, and it fixes up the timeline pretty nicely. We do get a funny post-credit end credits scene with the Eggmans arguing with each other. Mike Pollock does an excellent job portraying both versions of Eggman and making us laugh. Pretty funny as they now stuck in the void. Now for the 3DS version. Its final boss is actually pretty good. The one thing it does better than the original version, its attacks actually hit you, and the atmosphere is still stellar. It's actually fun to replay multiple times. Its finale, as Mozu does, is pretty bad. I mean, it's just text box talk. There's nothing interesting to use here. I mean, it's the same as the PS3 version / Switch version. It's still lackluster to me. So yeah, both versions of Sonic Generations have their swaps. In the PS3 version, the final boss sucks, but the finale is good. Whereas in the 3DS version, the final boss is good, but its finale sucked. So overall, it's a good game, but I just wish its finales were a little up there. So here we are, folks, the top 10. Here we go from good finales to decent finales. So let's get straight into it. Number 10. Sonic Unleashed. So, I think its boss is a big letdown. I mean, talk about one that's just out of order, to be honest. I mean, I do like the atmosphere here. I mean, it's something at least. I like the creepiness of the shot. I think it's pretty fun. But there's sometimes it could be too difficult. I mean, it's just there. And it's not fun. I mean, it's pretty... In the PS3 version, it's just dodging the attacks, that being fireballs and lasers. Well, you have to physically block it, and probably the stupidest QuickTime event. The Sonic section's honestly the best part. And Supersonic was pretty good. Once again, the QuickTime events, and destroying the one button on your console 50 times does not have to hurt your finger, damn. And that ending bit was pretty lackluster. And if you wonder if I played the PS2 version, it's been a long time, so I barely remember it. So unfortunately, that version is not going on this list. The PS3 version, absolutely. Whereas the final boss kinda sucked, its finale is pretty good, and hence why it's in the top 10. So, after being passed out from exhaustion from being Supersonic, Chip sacrifices himself to save Sonic again, and pretty much gets main trapped down there. It's honestly really sad when you think about it. And at least Sonic has something to remember Chip by. So it ends on a pretty sad note, but one there is somewhat hope. So yeah, I like the finale. I just wish the final boss wasn't insanely difficult. Go watch my Sonic Unleashed bosses ranking if you want to know more. Or all of the bosses ranking if you want to know more. So yeah, the final boss is meh. The finale is great. Number 9. Sonic Forces. And I know what you're all thinking. You put Sonic Forces, one you admitted was trash, higher than Unleashed. Hear me out, folks. I think Sonic Forces has a decent finale, as I said in my review of that game. So after defeating Infinite, who should have been the final boss anyway, they think it's finally over when, surprise, Eggman has the Death Egg Robot as his final trump card, with all of Infinite's power in there. So what do? Modern Sonic, Classic Sonic, and the Avatar team up to take it down. With Kai Sonic doing a better version of the... you know what? The Avatar taking it down on the ground with his grappling hook, and then the copy of the Network's armor bit, but one with kick-ass music, don't deny it, you know it's good, and with a triple boost attack. So yeah, its final boss is pretty much a carbon copy of one that was good to, its finale is pretty fun too. As Cursor Sonic says goodbye to Tails, they literally fix up the world and bring it back to normal. There's even a fun end credits scene with Modern Sonic and the Avatar parting ways and saying that you and I are not so different. So yeah, cheesy ending, but a fun ending. Pretty much, it makes the pointlessness of this trash game somewhat worth it. Hence why it ranks slightly higher than Forces. Just slightly. So yeah, trash game, but good finale. Number 8. Sonic Adventure. I do like the final boss here. So, after Knuckles and Eggman have been ambushed by Chaos, and after it absorbs the 7th and final element, it becomes perfect chaos and flooding the city. So, Sonic takes whatever little power the Emeralds have to become Supersonic and 3D. And before anyone says Sonic the Fighters, that one is in 2D, not 3D, so don't at me in the comments. And we get a pretty good fight. So pretty much you have to skid across the water, grab rings while you can, and try and run inside Perfect Chaos to hit him multiple times. Just when you think he's gone down, he comes back up, more powerful and stronger. And yeah, he even gets faster, so you have to be quick on your feet. The music is fantastic, so absolutely fun. So yeah, pretty decent final boss. Its finale is also great, with Chaos returning to normal, the Chow forgiving him, and while it ends on a cheesy line, all well that ends well, it's still a good finale. It shows that Chaos has gone back to normal and is willing to be given a second chance. So yeah, good final boss and good finale. Number 7. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. While it's pretty much very 8-bit, it is a better finale than the first game. So, after defeating a Mecha Sonic, not Metal, Mecha, Sonic runs behind Eggman, who jumps into the Death Egg Robot. And the music swells up. And like the first game, you have no rings, so you have to be extremely careful how you move and jump. And it is pretty damn intense. I mean, this fight goes on for 4.5 minutes. I'm not kidding. I mean, that's pretty much my fastest time without even dying once. But yeah, it's a pretty decent boss fight with really good music. And its finale is also pretty good, with Sonic running away as the Death Egg ship explodes, with Tails on his plane trying to catch him. If you got the true ending, which ends on another funny note with the Death Egg crashing down to Earth and Eggman absolutely stomping in anger. So yeah, it has nice music and ends on a good note. So yeah, the final boss is what ranks it this high, and its finale sticks the landing. Really sticks the landing. Number 6. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, or Sonic 3 and K, if you will. Whereas the Death Egg Robot is a lot of people's favorite, Doomsday Zone is a really fun time. I mean, you got a really awesome Doomsday Zone theme. You got Hypersonic, probably Sonic's most powerful form. going up against Eggman's ship, which has the Master Emerald, as it fires energy balls and missiles at you, and you have to dodge it. And the music just amps up the intensity so well. And you think it's over, but Eggman comes out with another robot holding the Master Emerald. And you have to ram into that thing while also dodging his attacks and grabbing rings at the same time. So yeah, the intensity is perfection right there. Honestly, it is absolutely fun. And its finale is fairly decent. With Sonic going back to normal, Tails grabbing the Master Emerald, then putting it back on Angel Island, which causing it to float back into the sky. So yeah, it's not said much, but it's pretty fun. I generally like the finale to this game. I mean, given that this was the last game in the original series, it ended on a good note. So yeah, solid game all around with a pretty decent finale, and a kick-ass final boss theme to top it. Number 5. Sonic Colors Ultimate. Before anything, I don't hate the original Wii version, or the DS version for that matter, but I just think the Switch version is a ton better. And I know you're gonna hate me in those comments, but I don't care, it's my opinion. Its final boss is fire. So Sonic and Tails think they're finally gonna get back down to Earth when Eggman shows up in the Naked Wisp armor with all the wisp power he has left. So thinking quickly, Sonic pushes Tails into the ship and transforms him back down to Earth. And Sonic going up against the Naked Wisp armor with that awesome music in the background. I mean, you can't deny that the remix for Reach for the Stars is chef's kiss of perfection. And the fight itself is pretty fun. It's pretty much just bobbing in the face 3 times, but if you've got enough burst strength, you can actually ram him as he's falling, grabbing more extra whiffs. And honestly, me humming to the theme and the final Colors Blast attack is freaking awesome. Laser, drill, spikes, rocket, cube, hover, frenzy. Honestly, it's just so good. And that music swells in the background is perfection. And that's its finale. Well, okay, it's very passable. I mean, you got Sonic literally running away from a collapsing black hole, but as he passes out, the Wisps carry him to safety and they close the black hole. Yaka saying goodbye to Sonic and Tails as the credits roll. We do get a funny end credits sequence, which actually leads up to Sonic Generations the more I think about it, as Orba and Cuba tried to push Eggman as he enacts his next revenge. But unfortunately, they had to listen to Cubot constantly high-pitched voice. And honestly, I'm with you, Eggman. I'm with you. If only I had the deafening of the silence of space right now. Yeah, I hear you, man. But yeah, pretty great game with an awesome final boss. You can't deny how cool the remix of Reach for the Stars is. Fantastic. Number 4, Sonic Heroes. Honestly, its final boss is fantastic. So after Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaos managed to weaken Metal Madness, it transforms into Metal Overlord, as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles combine their efforts and turn into their super forms. Well, Sonic does. Tails and Knuckles have these bubbles for whatever reason. But then we get the best part of the fight. As Metal Overlord throws everything it has at you. Sonic speeding through its crystal attacks, Tails shooting its thunder shoot at more crystallized balls, and Knuckles punching out an airship with his fist. That is awesome. Knuckles punching with his knuckles. Then of course we got the Team Blast once you've reached your team gaze far enough, and doing that 5 times and you win. Even its finale is pretty great. It ties everything together so well. With Sonic challenging Metal Sonic to another fight, him and Tails running off, with Amy chasing Sonic as per usual, Cream and Big saying goodbye, You got Rouge wanting the Master Emerald with Knuckles chasing behind her. Shadow and Omega wonder what to do with Sonic. And then, of course, Team Chaos chasing Eggman for the money. Honestly, it wraps everything up fine. But of course, we've got the cheesy, yeah, we're Sonic Heroes line. So yeah, it was 2003, so a little leeway goes a long way. So yeah, I thought its finale was great. It pretty much pays off everyone's storylines in a neat little bow, and it has a kick-ass final boss. Enough said already. Number 3. Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, if you've watched my Sonic Adventure 2 videos, then you know why it's this high. Its final boss is great. So after Shadow defeats the Bio Lizard, it transforms into the final Hazard. So Sonic and Shadow turn into their super forms, and they work together for the first time, with the kick-ass Live and Learn playing in the background as Super Sonic and Super Shadow take turns to knock down the final Hazard's weak points. And yeah, well, the reason why it doesn't rank higher is the lasers can be a bit iffy at times. But still, the rest of it is stellar. And what ranks it this high is the finale too, as Super Sonic and Super Shadow combine the Chaos Control to teleport the collapsing arc back to its original place. But sadly, it was at the cost of Shadow nearly losing his life. And fun fact, Shadow was originally supposed to die here. They were never going to revisit his character again. But a lot of fans, myself included, wanted his character back. So he was brought back in Heroes 2 years later with amnesia. So yeah, I'm glad they made that choice, because Shadow is such a good character. And the sad part is, as Sonic has to break the news to everybody, being comforted by Amy, Tails and Eggman talk about their interests, and Rouge wondering if she should give up the jewel thieving business, with Knuckles comforting her. So yeah, it ends on a pretty sweet moment. Then we get that final shot before the game ends, after the credits, with Shadow looming over the Earth. What a beautiful ending. So yeah, I freaking love this game, and both its finale and the final boss is stellar. Number 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Yeah, you heard that right. What many considered the worst Sonic game until Sonic Boom Lyric came out actually has a really awesome finale. So, after Sonic is brought back to life through methods I don't want to discuss ever again, he becomes Super Sonic alongside Super Shadow and Super Silver. As, well, we get a freaking awesome final boss, Solaris, as Silver uses his psychokinesis to throw items at it, Shadow uses Chaos Sphere, and Sonic rams into it. In that order, by the way. And you think it's gone back down? It rises up in a brand new form, and it becomes even more harder as you switch in between the hedgehogs as much as you can. And honestly, the music, his world, is perfection when it comes to a kick-ass final boss. So yeah, as much as the game glitches to heck, its final boss nailed it. But what really ranks it this high is the finale. So, Sonic and Elise see Solaris' life force inside of a burning flame, and Elise pondering if whether or not she should erase the god of time from existence. I mean, she should, but there is a catch. Her encounter with Sonic will never have happened. Her and him would never have met. It would never have happened. And Elise wondering if the world is worth to save the only person that made her feel alive again. And I do not care what anyone says about this character, but Lacey Chabert's vocal performance in this scene is beautifully done. I mean, this is a woman who has stayed in one emotional state for a decade, and the only time she's allowed to cry is when at her worst moment. She has to erase everything to go back back to the way it was, with no memory of Sonic. And that is beautifully done. Again, I don't care what anyone says. I think Lacey Chabert performance in the scene is beautifully done. This is honestly the one time I felt bad for Princess Elise. Yeah, I said it. And Sonic telling her to smile, she pretty much lets the fire go out, accepting her fate. So yeah, it ends on a pretty sad note. Well, it certainly angered a lot of people that all of the hard work in this game was pretty much erased from existence. Sorry. But it does exist in an alternate timeline, as depicted in Sonic and Shadow Generations. So yeah, I think its finale is pitch perfect. If I've been pondering it so much, why is it only at number 2? Well, my number 1 pick pretty much nails everything, with no flaws. But this Sonic 06 and my number 1 entry pretty much are shaking hands in terms of perfection. So let's get to my number 1 pick. What I consider the best Sonic finale ever is Shadow Generations. It is no surprise that I would put it at number 1. It's just freaking perfect. So we get a pretty awesome final boss, with Shadow facing his father, Black Doom, who pretty much becomes Devil Doom. As Black Doom's theme plays, you have to throw projectiles back at Devil Doom on the Doom Surf, homing attack him until he decides to switch locations. We have to become the Doom Morph. While that can be a little iffy at times, I had no problems with it with a ton of practice. As you climb on walls, homing attack on things, going through rings, hitting him multiple times, it does get a little harder, but again, with practice, it's actually a ton of fun. But the best part is when Devil Doom pretty much turns into Neo Devil Doom, and All Hail Shadow plays. Awesome! As Shadow pretty much turns into his Doom Wings form as he goes after him, dodging projectiles, launching projectiles back at him, and hitting him one last time. But then we get really cool animation as Shadow says, "I am Shadow the Hedgehog, and this is the destiny I choose." As he lands multiple Chaos Spheres, Dark Spheres at him, Doom Sphere at him, sorry, and launching one more attack to take out Black Doom once and for all. Honestly, what an awesome way to end this game on a high note. But what really puts it at number 1 is the finale. Shadow thinks he's finally gotten everything he wanted, only to realize that, with Black Doom's influence now gone, Maria and Gerald have to go back to their time, unaware of their fates. And honestly, Maria and Shadow in this scene made me freaking cry. As Shadow realizes he cannot change what could happen, he has to live with it. And him running away, shedding a tear, pretty much makes me want to cry. Honestly, Kirk Thornton's vocal performance as Shadow really nails the scene to perfection. Damn, that really freaking hits hard. I mean, for those who've lost a loved one, you would want to spend your last moments being with them before they disappear completely. But as Maria says, she is always right here. Damn, that hits hard. So yeah, I think Shadow Generations not only nails the final boss, but it ends on a 100% perfect finale. Shadow Generations is what I consider having the best finale in Sonic the Hedgehog history. And I hope future games will live up to the hype, because nothing is going to change my mind that I consider Shadow Generations my favorite finale in Sonic the Hedgehog history. And that's the end of the video, folks. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, like and comment, subscribe, and I hope to get more videos out like this. Speaking of which, tomorrow I'll be looking at top 10 best Sailor Scout attacks in Sailor Moon. Yes, you heard that right. So keep an eye out for that video. But before then, I've got 2 videos, an announcement video and I'll be back on the Mako Mermaids train with Season 1, Episode 12, Close Call. Keep an eye out for those videos later today. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.